Hey everybody, Matt with Copper Owl Coins, and you're probably wondering, why do I have these lined up on my table today? Well, I have decided that I am going to seek out the most cost-effective method of getting these verified as authentic and a grade assigned to them. So I've never used ANACS before, but I'm going to do that today, and I just thought I'd take you through a little bit of the process. So what are we going to be submitting? It's going to be this 1909 beautiful, I believe it to be red-brown Indian head. And it's not just a 1909. That's 1909 with an S mint marking. See it down there at the bottom of the wreath. As far as I can tell, I've checked it over. It does not, I mean, it could be cleaned. We'll find out. But I think it's authentic. That's the big thing. Even if it's cleaned and authentic, it's still worth something. This one is a 1953D, and if I can pull up my scope real quick, we'll take a look at what we've got going on with that. Hopefully I'm not putting fingerprints on it. As you can see, we have the FS 501 RPM there, D over D. So that one's pretty cool. Carefully put that one back. And this one is a 1940 Denver nickel. I'm guessing this one to be in the neighborhood of an MS64 grade. I guess I should have told you, I'm hoping for XF40 on this. I'm hoping for MS64 on this. Also hoping for MS64 on this. And this one, we're hoping, has some full steps on it. As far as I can tell, it looks like there's a little bit of a gash right about there, but it looks like the step continues through. So we shall see. I think that gives us at least 1, 2, 3, probably at least 4 steps. I'm hoping for that 5th. So we shall see what happens with that one. That one was pulled out of a nickel box. I believe I got that one out of like a mom and pa box. And that one, there's a whole nother story with that one. This one I got on an auction for a fairly reasonable price, 1913, and it's a filly, making it a key date in the Barber half dollar series. So I know it's not in great shape. I believe I'm looking at only about a VG8 on that. But even at a VG8, that would bring approximately $175 retail. So I'm hoping for about $650. I'm hoping for $65. This one's the lowball one of about $22. Doesn't really make sense, financial sense to grade it. It's just so darn good looking, and it could be full steps. I'd really like to just preserve it for this effort. And then this one, like I said, could be about 175 based on its rarity, because I believe there's only about 188,000 of these made. Let me see here. I've got it. Yeah, it was a low mintage. So key date in the series, very key date in the series. Nice to have. And just a really nice looking red scent. I'm hoping for a red designation on that one too. So we've chattered enough about that. Let's take you through a little bit of the process of submitting with ANACS. So the first thing you need to do is go out to ANACS.com and look for submitting a coin. And they'll bring you to a PDF. You can download it, print this page out, and that is everything you will need. There is another page that comes with it, and this kind of gives you all their legal mumbo jumbo, and then down here this helps calculate the return, shipping, postage, and insurance cost, and it's based on the number of coins you're submitting and the declared value of those coins. And we'll come back to this as we're filling it out. So that's a blank sheet. I actually have the sheet I'm preparing ready to go here. So I'm a new customer, so I'm going to check that new customer box. I'm going to provide my name, shipping address, city, state, zip, my phone number, and my email. And I believe they use that email to help set up an account. But you notice here in red letters, do not send mint packaging, no staples or tape. Place coins in a 2.5 by 2.5 numbered flip and bind flips with rubber band. And you'll see what we're going to do with that here in just a little bit. Now, I'll show you the coins that we're submitting, but here's the list of them. The quantity, we're only doing one of each. These are the numbers that we'll put on the Mylar flips. And so our first one we're submitting is going to be a 1909S Indian head, 1 cent. And I believe it to be about an XF40. So we're hoping for an XF40. That would put it in the neighborhood of about a $650 Indian head cent. Very cool for a key date. And the second one's going to be a 1953 Denver Lincoln wheat cent. It's in red condition, so I'm really hoping that it brings about an MS64 grade at $65. So that would be really cool. The cool thing about that is it has an RPM on the mint mark, and it is the FS501 designation. So if you have a variety, you want to list it under this column. One more here. This is going to be a nickel, 1940 Denver nickel. Not the highest valued item. $22 is about where I put its value, and that's at about an MS64 as well. It's really good looking, you'll see. And I'm looking for full steps on that one. So our last one's going to be a 1913, no mint mark, so that's from Philly. 50 cent, Barber $half. And I'm putting the value at about a VG8. Now this is a very low mintage. I believe it's about 188,000. And so that makes it one of the key dates in the Barber series. It's not in great shape, but we're going to give it a try, see if we can't get it at $175. If any of these come in below this, let's say this one comes in at 400, this one comes in at, say, 40, that one, let's say it gets there, or it might be only worth $10, and if this one's only worth $75, I'm still doing great on these because I didn't pay near that much. And a couple of these are fines, so I'm in them for the right price. So a little bit more about this sheet. If you want any of these to be imaged, it's $3 extra per coin. And the crossover minimum grade is only if you're submitting a coin in a competing grading company's their encapsulation. That's where you would put information there. But we're not doing any of that, so we don't need to do that. Down here at the bottom, it is required that you enter the whole total. If you don't, they will only value each one of these at $10. That's basically said in that legal sheet that we showed you. Our total is $912 is what we're submitting. As you can see, this sheet's only good for a few more months, so we're going to jump on it. Now here is where you have to choose your tier of service. The 15-day at $22 each, a maximum coin value of $200. I'm going to go ahead and use that because, and I'm close to, if I had one more coin, but none of them being gold, but if the highest valued one was under $500, then I could do an even cheaper tier here. Modern 1950 to present 5 coin minimum. I could be doing even better, but that's not what I have. I've got 3 out of the 4 are older than 1950. So we're going to go ahead and do the 15-day option there. Sorry about the blur. They're not non-US coins. Nothing to reholder. And here's your payment information. Obviously, I'm not going to put that out there for everybody to use. So up here, we're going to have 4 coins. This is kind of your calculator now. The grading cost per coin is going to be $22. We established that over here. And so that's going to be a total of $88 to grade. Now I'm looking for 2 varieties up there. So, well, I'm skipping this piece. If we wanted to have any conservation done, there'd be an option for that. It's a little bit pricey, but I'm going to go ahead and say no on that. I don't have anything in there that really requires it. It'd be nice to have them as good as possible, but sometimes the conservation effort actually knocks down the price. So, weird how that works. At least I've seen kind of horror stories about it. The verification fee, like I was saying, we have 2 of them that we're going to look for a variety attribution and verification or error. So we're going to mark that down as 2 at $24 or at $14 per coin. It's going to leave us with $28 on that line. I don't need to do any research on the coins. I feel pretty strong that I know what I'm looking at. And then imaging coins, if I wanted to, I could image those. I would check the box next to the ones I want that fee on and record the number of them here. I'm tempted, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we're going to, just to make sure things are no funny business here, I'm just going to put zeros in here to make sure. I'm going to bump that up just a little bit, and then we're going to come back over here. As you recall, we have 4 coins, and the total value, what's being declared, is under $1,000. So $29 is what's going to be listed here for the return insurance and shipping and handling. So 29. If we add 88, 28, and 29 together, that comes up loosely in my head to be about a $145 fee to get these 4 coins graded. So when you look at that, it's about $35 a coin. Not entirely too bad. But now that we've got all that done, let's show you the coins we're going to submit, and we'll show you outside the packing, and then we'll show you what this is going to look like when we do the numbered flips and securing them with a rubber band. So that's coming up next. So after we have all the paperwork done and we have them in order, we're going to want to put these in flips. And what they want is 2.5 by 2.5 inch square, new, clean Mylar flips. So we're going to get some of those, and we're going to put those in and put rubber bands around them, and we're going to number them. And they're going to look something like this. And there they are, all bundled up and ready for their journey to be graded, authenticated, and whatever else they do. So we're going to put them in a box and send them on their way. All right, my completed form is behind this blank just because it's got some personal information on it. But everything's packaged up, ready to go, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the order we put it on the sheet, just like we showed you. And what we do now is we box it up, we send it to that P.O. box. It should take, let's see here. Okay, so 15 days, so about 2 weeks. But because we had the verification of the variety and attributions, it could be as many as 30 days. So, that being the case, I'm glad we didn't ask for anything else. We'll see in about a month or so how we did and we'll bring you a video that does the review on these. Hopefully, we're close. It'll be a pretty exciting time if we are. Thanks for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions about submitting with ANACS. It was pretty simple.